Hi, I'm Tony. Welcome to Sports Bike Shop's review of the Oxford Atlas B20 and B30 backpacks. Okay, there are two Oxford Atlas backpacks available, the B20 and the B30. The number tells you the storage capacity in litres and the size difference is the only difference. So we're covering both of these bags in the same video. They're both backpacks that will keep your stuff dry and help prevent you from suffering backache. I've used both of these bags for several hundred miles on the road so I can run through what they're made of and whether they're actually any good. The base and back of the bags are made from Hypalon, which is a tough DuPont material that's also wipe clean, so it's easy to clean off any filthy spray that kicks up off your back wheel. The sides and the front of the bags are 1000 denier polyester, and then the Rolltop section is made from ripstop. Two padded ribs keep it comfortable where it meets your back, and they also allow air to circulate. There are also pockets on each side as well as on the back. One of these pockets is a coated mesh that allows items in there to dry if they're wet, and there's a water resistant zip on this side, but that's not waterproof. It's the same for the pocket on the back, which has a vertical water resistant zip. So for the stuff you do need to stay dry, the main compartment is the place to keep that. There's a waterproof liner inside this main section, which is secured into the top of the bag with Velcro. If those liners wear out over time and they stop keeping your kit dry, then you can replace them. It's £12 for a B20 liner as we record this, and £16 for a B30 liner. The Velcro is arranged as well in a way that lets you have two liners in one bag as long as you buy a second liner to fit inside there. One of our customer reviewers has done that so he can keep his laptop separate from everything else in his bag. Once you've got everything in there, you roll the top over 4 times, clip 3 buckles shut, and then you've got a waterproof seal for the stuff that's inside the liner. Putting the bag on is easy enough. You just put your arms through the large strap openings and then clip the single buckle shut across your chest. The B20 and B30 both have a fidlock fastener which locates its other half with magnets and then just pulls itself closed. To release it, pull this tab out and then it slides apart easily. Now, having used a click buckle to fasten my Krieger rucksack for years, it took me a fair while to get used to this system. It just took me a little bit of work to get a reliable technique for it, but it's become much easier over time, and now it's actually as easy as it looks. A carrying harness like this follows the principle that supporting the bag's weight across your chest will relieve pressure on your shoulders and back. Having worn these two bags, I'd say that system works well. Straps on the harness allow you to adjust how the bag sits on your back as well. The greater the distance between this runner and the bottom of the strap, the lower the bag will sit on your back. If you want to shorten the strap, you feed the padded section like this back into the bag, adjust the webbing part to length, and then pull enough of that padded section back out to match the two together. To lengthen it again, you pull some of this padded section out from the bag and then adjust the webbing's length to suit that length. There are two small pockets on the harness as well. The one on the right is card sized and the zipped one on the left might be handy for something like a house key or a pair of earplugs. You can also adjust the fit around your chest by using the lower adjusters at the bottom of the harness. Both B20 and B30 have a waist belt for additional support. This can be removed easily, and I did that because I personally felt the bag was secure enough without that. The two varieties of bag both have a carrying loop on top, and they've also got compression straps on each side to reduce the bag's volume if you've not filled it completely. Now, these aren't just simple compression straps, these are the keys to one of the most useful features of the B20 and B30. Both of these bags can transform into tailpacks. These straps are the same as used on Oxford's Atlas tour packs. So hooking these into corresponding loops that are fitted to your bike will let you carry the weight of the bag on your pillion seat or your rack rather than on your back. The loops that attach to your bike are included when you buy the backpack, and there's also a strong Velcro loop supplied that you can wrap around your pillion seat if you want to add some extra security. You can also use these bags as part of the Atlas modular luggage solution because they'll attach to an Atlas tailpack if you want to do that. So let's say you've got an Atlas T30 already, you can attach a B20 backpack to that if you get tired of carrying the bag on your back. I tested this B20 in tailbag configuration and I found it worked well. My biggest issue with it was managing the shoulder straps and making sure they stayed in place when I put the bag on the pillion seat. Tried a few techniques to try and get that really slick, and my favourite was repurposing this weight strap by attaching the two sides of that to loops on the front of the bag. That let me use the belt to hold the straps tightly against the bag, and that made it easier to put the bag on the bike. If you intend to use it as a tailpack most of the time, then I'd say the dedicated Atlas tour packs will be better, as you won't have to deal with these shoulder straps at all. But if you think you can cope with those, then I guess having a tailpack that will go on your back when you reach your destination at the end of the day could be handy. For me, I think these are best used as something that's usually a rucksack and occasionally a tailpack, rather than the other way around. I spent a good few hundred miles wearing both the B20 and B30 as backpacks, and I found them to be comfortable, supportive, they were easy to use, and they gave me good carrying capacity as well. Life is perhaps obviously a bit more comfortable with a fully loaded B20 than a B30, but that really is down to how much clobber you personally want to carry. It also took me a while to get used to the fidlock fastener across the front, but everyone else I know has found that really easy, so that is probably more down to me than it is down to the bag. The ability to convert this to a tail bag seems really useful too, though I found it does compromise the bag slightly as a backpack. Those straps that allow it to become a tail pack aren't ideal as compression straps because there's more length than is necessary for just the compression job, and I found it a little bit of a faff to deal with the excess that's left over. But the quality of manufacture seems good, and Oxford give a lifetime warranty against manufacturing faults. In our experience, Oxford are pretty supportive of customers when something does go wrong, so that's got to be reassuring in its own right. As backpacks go, these aren't cheap. It's £149.99 as we record this for the B20 and £169.99 for a B30, but you are getting quite a lot for your money, I would say. Now, to put some hard numbers to the size differences, I measured a fully loaded B20 at 40 centimetres tall, 26 centimetres wide and 23 centimetres deep. The B30 is 43 tall, 31 centimetres wide and 23 centimetres deep. Now, it'd be naive of me if I failed to mention Kriega when showing these bags. It's pretty clear that their US dry bags provided the inspiration for Oxford's Atlas range, but these sit a bit further away from Kriega's backpacks. It's as if Oxford took the inspiration for their tall packs range and then thought about adding the shoulder harnesses to make those bags into a rucksack as well, using the same basic chassis. It's always interesting to see a new take on an original concept, and I think Oxford have brought something different that I can see appealing to quite a few riders. I hope that tells you everything you wanted to know about the Oxford Atlas B20 and B30 backpacks, but if there is anything you'd like to ask or to add, then please pop a comment below. Thanks for watching.